And let's see if there is a bargain to be had in Surry Hills in Sydney this morning. Alice Monfrey, you're at a property that's got a little bit of history behind it.
That's right, guys. Good morning. Look, I love a place that has a bit of a quirky backstory, and that is exactly what we have found for you here this morning. Now, take a look at this place. It looks every bit the quintessential terrace from out the front here in Surry Hills, exactly the type of property you would expect to find in this area, but we do have to tell you, it has a little bit of a checkered history. It is widely accepted that this place did used to be a brothel. And look, guys, not just any brothel, but one linked to the infamous Madam Tilly Devine. Now look, I am aware that it is early Saturday morning. There are probably kids in front of the television, so I am going to keep this PG. But of course, Tilly Devine, a key figure in Sydney's underbelly back in the 1920s, owned a string of brothels with her husband, Big Jim. And look, Shelley, Chris, today is your lucky day because I bet you always wanted to know exactly what it does look like on the inside of a brothel. So we're going to take you for a little look inside. It is, of course, going under the hammer today. So we've already got people also a bit keen to take a look inside a former brothel.
Absolutely.
So here we have the former living room, walking through the back now. Look, guys, maybe a little bit underwhelming. No red lights or lampshades, if that's what you're expecting. But look, there is still these classic staircases up to the bedrooms there. Some of the old features, of course. And look, one thing that's also really fascinating about this home is that it's been in the same family for the past 100 years, which is just incredible. And one of those family members joins me now. This is Karen. Now, look, this house has got some cracking history. It was your great-granny who lived here?
It was Granny Lynn that lived here, and she came here in the 1920s thereabouts. And she used to take in children from out on the street because she couldn't stand them being there in the wartime, and used to give them a lovely big bowl of soup, which I remember as a child, and of the celery, the smell of the celery in the house, and the darkness. I mean, this house is so light now. The darkness was there when I was a child.
A little bit dark, and she was turning a bit of a blind eye to what was going on upstairs.
She was indeed, because the women had to work and they had to make a living. So what went on upstairs stayed upstairs, and the children were all happy downstairs.
And look, she was mates with Tilly Devine. It's no small stuff. She kept a gun. You were telling me a bit of an interesting history.
Yeah, she was no pushover, my grandmother. My great-grandmother, I should say. She was absolutely no pushover. Yeah, she had many friends that they did all sorts of things around the place with. She helped different people all the time. She had the kindest heart of anybody, really. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful history. And look, obviously a very checkered history, a very interesting history, but one that's been with your family for the past 100 years. It's now time for another family to write their own history and add that to what's been a very colourful past here at this home.
We have an update on that historic property in Surry Hills in Sydney that was up for auction this morning. It's sold under the hammer. A great result for that family who'd owned the home for over 100 years in the one family. That is an awesome result there, and what a colourful history that place had.
Colourful history, absolutely right.